Tired of living like my days are bad. When I open up my eyes I'm glad. And I can't complain about yesterday, cause today's a brand new day. Comb my hair and throw some like it wrong. Jump in my ride because it's on. And I'm gone, I'm gone. I woke up this morning,
Hello, and welcome back to Lace Wigs and Hair Products. We are Capelli's Emporium online. My name is Sophie, and I'm coming to you with another how-to. It's very simple, and it's just a way for you to get, you know, a sexy, not so perfect look. You know what I mean? When, you know, you want that sex appeal, you want that kind of free-flowing where you're shaking your head and you get this look, you know what I mean? Now the density on this hairstyle, on this wig, it's a KC1. It's very nice, and it's sort of like a light Yaki texture. It's not so much the Lietta, and it's not a silky straight look. And on the density, because I'm a density freak, but I went a little heavy on my hairline. I went really heavy, actually. Hoping you can see that. So it's not how I would, you know, rock my ponytails. If you saw some other pictures, I'll put one up right now. Yeah, you know, so what I've done is I've cut some layers into it, some really nice layers, and that way, you know, I don't have to worry about thinning my hairline out. For those of you who don't know how to thin your hairline out, this is a really nice, sexy look that you can do without, you know, pulling your hair back and, you know, having someone look and, you know, wonder about it. Now, some people do have naturally thick hairlines, and you're very lucky. But for those who are going for the lighter density, you may not want that helmet head, what I call helmet head look, you know. So here we go. I've already done one side, and as you can see, it's kind of, I've flipped it a little bit, and then it comes down into the longer layers, and then at the bottom I bumped it under. Okay, alright. And I would show you, I don't have my scissors, but what I did was, as you can see, this hair is very nice. But the density, like I said, the density is just, you know, some people would go, Sophie, what are you talking about? But for me, it's just, I don't know, it's a little thick. So what I did was I parted about here from the center. I'd say this is about an inch. I took this layer of hair, and I took scissors. I took the barber shears. I didn't use my razor this time. And I cut into it diagonally like that. And then I parted down a little further, about to where your eyebrow was, where I left off. So basically what today is going to be about, and Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's. You know, thanking the Lord that we all made it. For those who didn't make it, you know, we'll see you again. But thank you guys so much for viewing, and I hope that everyone's holiday was wonderful and blessed, and, you know, filled with your family, and, you know, made some good memories. Alright, I had to say that, and now we're going to get started. Alright, so I've already done one side, as you can see. You know, it's just a, not a fringe. It's like a jagged look. I've noticed with my razor, I get more of like a natural layer effect, and it's not so jagged. But for this hairstyle, I wanted more of a jagged cut, you know, more of a blunt cut, and then, you know, cutting diagonally. So I'm going to go through what I did. It's very simple. I think you'll do like 3 layers. You'll part it in 3 sections. Boom, 2, and you're done. You may not even hit on 3. And you could start from the bottom up. You could part your hair. You know, I always part down the center. And you could take your hair and part it this way. Hope you can see me, okay? And take like a hair clip and bring your hair over and start to flat iron from the bottom up. But, you know, like this, I said, it's so simple and it's so easy. It's something that you can hit it a couple of times in the morning, and you got a really cute, you know, hairstyle when you go to work. People be like, oh girl, I love your hair. Where'd you get it done? You'd be like, I did it. So, yeah. So I'm just going to part off here, like I said, about a half of an inch. Actually, I'll part up a little more, about a fourth. You know, really thin layer, okay? And the first me that body and that volume up at the top, okay? Okay, we're back. All right. Yeah, it cut off and it wasn't as hot as I wanted it. So right now the temperature is on 146, okay? You can style your KC1 up to 200 degrees. It wouldn't hurt it or fray it or anything like that. But for this style, I'm just hitting it a little bit. You know, you really don't need all of that high heat, okay? And high heat will always of an inch, and I'm just going to bump it just a bit. See, that's going to give me that volume that I like. And then I'm going to comb. Alright, now you see how short this is compared to, you know, the rest of the hair? That's so that you can do little funky styles with it. And then I'm going to bring my flat iron lightly. Have a light hand. Some of us are heavy-handed, and I know because I am. So that's why I'm telling you, be a little light with it. Be a little light-handed with it, because you really won't need to apply that much pressure. Now, I didn't cut this side. I've noticed that. So what I did, can you see that? It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Just enough to give you that look that you're looking for. You know, that layered look. And I cut it diagonally. And then I'm just going to toss that hair. Okay? And it'll look nice bumped also. Bumped the other way, as opposed to being frayed. And I'm matching up where I cut last. And I'm just going to cut right below that line. And cut that off. You'll be sweeping later, but it will be so worth it. It will be so worth it. So I take the top layers like this, right? I'm going to just finesse it, you know, just bump it just a bit, and then come down and flip it up. Just like that. You get those wings, or, you know, that little fillet. So nice. And hair that has been curled, you can just move that out of the way. Alright. See how easy this is? You can do this while you're watching me. You know, you can take your laptop in the bathroom and just go ahead and do your thing, because that's how quick it is. You know, how fast it is. It's, you know, it's not something that's super intricate, you know. It's not something that's going to take a lot of your time. You'll probably have this done in about 15 minutes, you know. In the morning, boom, you're done. You're ready to go. Alright, so I'm just taking these shorter layers. I need to cut that a little bit more. I didn't realize I didn't cut the other side, guys. My bad. But you see how I did that. Now you can take that and you know, if you've never done it before. But I always say the razor is so easy. I love using the razors because I get that look and I don't even, it's like combing to me. It's like carving. Okay. So you see, we're starting to form. We're starting to get that form that we're going for.